Hey peeps, welcome to the Crafty Witch UK. My name is Arietta and today I've got a bit of a DIY for you using the elf or fairy doors that I got in my recent festive haul from BeeBeeCraft. I will pop a link up in the eye to the original unboxing so that you can check that out. So I'm going to take a few of the doors and have a little bit of an experiment and see if I can come up with some different ways of decorating them. I'm going to start off nice and simply ease myself into the creative process and paint the first door with this lovely green acrylic. Just nice and simple, and we will see where we go with that once it's done. So, popping that to one side to dry, I have dug out the air drying clay and I'm just going to try and build up a stonework surround for this next door. Wish me luck. Once I've got some basic lumps of clay stuck around the edge, I go in with a sculpting tool just to define the little rock shapes and smooth the transition a little better. And finally rolling out a little worm shape to add a porthole window type detail to the front of the door. Again, this one will need to be left to dry, probably overnight, but on to the next one. So this door gets a mossy green coating of paint. And then once that's all done and dried, I am applying some crystal glue. This is a glue that when it dries remains tacky. So it's a way that you can turn things into stickers if you wanted to, and it's designed as a way of adding diamonds to other craft projects. So in this instance, I'm just liberally applying it around the edge of the doorway, and then once it's dry I am applying Flower Soft in the colourway Vintage Christmas. This is like a faux moss kind of substance that's used in card making and fake flower making, but it is absolutely perfect for adding a little bit of mystical moss around the outside of this little hobbity door. And of course every door needs a handle, so the final thing to do is just super glue on a resin cabochon. This is one that I have made using some leftover resin. Every time I've made a resin project, whatever has been left over, I've just popped into some little cabochon moulds so that I've always got some left over. And now that the green door is all dry, I'm going to keep things fairly simple, but really embrace the kind of fairy aspect of the door. And I'm adding a little faux toadstool as a door handle, and it is absolutely the perfect size and shape for this job. the next door, I wanted to try a gingerbread theme. I love the idea of gingerbread houses and thought that this would be a good inspiration for a door. So I started off with a red-brown base coat and then added a stippling in a slightly more orange toasty colour. To add that iconic gingerbread house icing, I used some Pebeo 3D modelling paste. In hindsight, I wish that I had transferred this to an actual icing bag so that I could have got some thinner lines, but it did work, it maintained its shape, and I think it gets the idea across. I added additional decorations using tiny polymer clay candies. These were just what I already had lying around from previous resin projects, but I think they worked really well. A couple of pinches of spare diamond drills make the perfect sprinkles. I complete this door with some iridescent glitter, giving the illusion of powdered sugar and completing the cookie look. For the final door, I wanted to do something using the many other resin gems that I have in my stash. These are ones that, as I say, I have been making every time I've got a little bit of leftover resin. So I wanted to do something that was magical, maybe elfin, and that embraced the whimsy of fairy tales. This is a bit like mosaic or doing a jigsaw puzzle. I'm just using a strong adhesive and deciding where to place each of the resin gems based upon where it fits nicely or where I think it looks nice. I edged the little window in the door with some tiny shards of coloured glass. These were from a jar of crushed glass that's used for filling vases. I think this one came from IKEA, so it's well worth looking out for things like this because they can be absolutely perfect for adding tiny details to your miniature craft projects. And there you go, 5 completely different ways of decorating your elf or fairy door to add a little bit of whimsy into your house during the festive season or whenever you like throughout the year. Do remember that I ended up with a set of 60 of these doors, so if you have got any other suggestions for me of how you think I could decorate more doors, do let me know down in the comments. I would love to try out some of your suggestions. Massive thanks to BeeBeeCraft for working with me and sending me these kits. Please do make use of my discount code if you choose to shop with them. I highly recommend you check out their site. There really is something for everybody. Massive thanks as always to those that support me over on Patreon. You mean the absolute world. And if you haven't already checked out the Patreon, why not? You've got nothing to lose. You can join for as little as £1, and there are some great benefits if you join at higher levels. So I'm going to leave this here. Please do consider to leave a like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, become a member of the Crafty Coven, and I will see you all in the next one. Stay crafty!